Hello and welcome in again to another edition of our video podcast, Musings from the Mountains, over Zoom. Again, we're still practicing social distancing, but we have an important guest today on the show. Those of you that follow recruiting already know his name, but West Virginia quarterback commitment, Will Crowder, is on. Well, Will Goose Crowder. Which one do you prefer?
Yes, sir. So, my real name's Will, but down here everybody calls me Goose. It's all Goose all the time. So, yes, sir.
Just out of curiosity, where did that nickname originate from?
Right. When I was growing up, I was a big fan of Top Gun, and I got really attached to the character Goose. When I saw the planes and the jets flying and everything like that, and he ended up dying in the movie. So kind of hate that, but that's where it originated from.
So you're pretty excited for that sequel, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, tell me a little bit about how this process came together, Will. I know. Well, I guess you say Goose now. Tell me a little bit how it came together. I know. We spoke after you took that visit in January, and it seemed like that kind of changed things for you a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had been up there previously, and then when I went up there the second time, just kind of re-entered all those feelings that I felt the first time. The family atmosphere is huge. Coach Reagan and Coach Brown and Coach Trickett were all really welcoming. Coach Parker and all those guys. When I came back, I was just thinking about it a lot, praying about it a lot, and told Coach Reagan the news, and he set up the call with Coach Brown, and I was super fired up to get it said. So.
How crazy was that? When you gave them the news, I assume they're probably running around going crazy.
Yes, sir. They were both super excited on the phone. Obviously got a lot of love from on Twitter and all that. That was awesome. All the fans and all the support from the fans and family and the coaches and my coaches here at Gardendale. Everybody support me 100%. So that was awesome. That was definitely an awesome moment.
Already rocking the West Virginia gear, huh?
Yeah, I got this shirt kind of when I felt it when I went up there that second time. So I went ahead and got the shirt. I know I ordered some gear online about last week. Should be coming in any minute now. So,
Goose, when it comes to your game, what are the things that coaches like most about how you are on the football field, and what are the general feedback that you got, as well as the things they want to see you improve on?
Right. Yes, sir. So I guess some things that stand out is kind of my accuracy. Really pride myself on being, smooth and, putting that ball where it's got to be. And my leadership qualities, I'd like to say I have a great bond with my team. I love and respect those guys. I've been playing with them all my life and fired up for this year. And, there's always things to improve on as a quarterback. Got to get 1% better each day. So.
How did all this start with West Virginia? When did they get involved, and was it that first trip when you started to get pretty serious about them, or were you even serious before that?
Growing up, always a big fan of West Virginia. I remember watching Tavon Austin and Geno Smith tear it up back in the day, and so it was always a favorite for me. And when Coach Reagan came to watch me throw, and he offered me and told me, we need to get you on campus and let you see the place, and I fell in love with it, and it's been written ever since. So it's been awesome.
What surprised you the most about your first trip to West Virginia? You obviously hear things. What did you think when you got there? Were you blown away by anything?
How friendly everybody was and how personal the coaches were and the players. Got to sit up there and meet some of the players, and how family oriented the whole place was, and the culture. Country Roads is amazing. I got to sing that for the first time, and that was awesome. That was very special.
When you started to navigate this process, did you ever think that you'd be a West Virginia Mountaineer? Is that something you kind of thought would be possible, or is this, when you envisioned this process earlier, is this a complete surprise, really? I mean, when you flash forward a couple of years.
Man, growing up, I always knew I wanted to be in this position to play on Saturdays and play big time Power 5 football. And always liking West Virginia. And when I got that offer and fell in love with the place, I had to jump at it. So I had to get my spot. So
when did that hit you? When did you know for sure? And some people say they just know. Was it really that simple? You just kind of came to that resolution?
I mean, for me, it was. That second time going, I fell in love with it, and it was constantly on my mind when I was back home. And when I went up there that second time, and I came home, and I was just like, man, nothing really beats this right here. Nothing really beats the country roads, the Mountaineers, the culture and everything like that. So I kind of knew from then. Coming back home and just kind of want to think about it some more. Pray about it and make sure it was the right decision for me. And it was, and I can't wait to get up there.
Being a quarterback, you're asked to be a leader. Have you already started to kind of get together, meet some of the other guys in the class, start plotting out recruiting targets? Are you that kind of guy? How are you looking at this whole thing?
Yes, sir. So, when I committed, I reached out to, the other kids in my class and, started a conversation with them and, starting to recruit everybody, I guess, that I want everybody to come join me and be a part of something special there in West Virginia. So,
How was that connection that you had with the coaches? It seems like, from my discussions with you in the past, it was pretty genuine.
yes, sir. Well, the first time I went up there, I sat down with Coach Reagan in the quarterback room, and he was kind of talking over the offense and, past quarterbacks they've had in the system. And he said, if you want to come here, I'm gonna love you like you're one of my own, and that's gonna allow me to coach you like you're one of my own. And that kind of stuck with me ever since. And I know the way he's gonna treat the quarterbacks and everybody on the team with great respect and love them. So I just knew he had kind of my best interest, and that always kind of stuck with me through the process.
What do you have? Are you going to try to enroll early? Is that the plan? Is that what you want to do? And kind of what have they told you that they like about your skill set fitting into their system?
Yes, sir. So the plan is to enroll early in December. Got all my credits done for high school. Still working on that, and then I just can't wait to get in the system. I feel like my game is fits perfectly with the system they're implementing there. Just the RPO, quick release, air raid offense, and then me be able to move out of the pocket. I'm not Lamar Jackson, I know that, but being able to extend plays and get the balls in the receiver's hands and the running back, whoever it is, just let the playmakers go make plays.
From watching your film, I think probably one of your most underrated aspects, your ability to extend the pocket and move around with your feet. You say a lot of people probably sleep on that aspect of what you bring to the table.
I I guess so. I'm deceivingly, I guess, faster than what people might think. But that's when you got two older brothers, you kind of spend your your younger part of your life running away from them. So
That's what I was going to ask you that next. Actually, you're from a football family. What's that been like? What have you learned from them? Because they're obviously going through that process as well. How have they helped?
yes, sir. Both of them, both of my brothers have given me great advice, and my parents, been with me 100%. And they were just telling me enjoy the process. You're only going to go through this once. They were always kind of pushing that I was in a very blessed position, and they were saying you can't go wrong with either one. When I kind of told them West Virginia was the spot for me, they were excited for me, hugging my neck. Playing country roads everywhere I went. That's awesome.
I'm sure you're well aware West Virginia has quite the history of quarterbacks from Alabama with
Yes, sir.
success.
Yes, sir.
Oh, personal level, man, what have you been doing through this? How have you been keeping busy? How are you keeping yourself entertained? How have you been working out? That kind of stuff with what's going on in the world right now.
Right. So, trying to meet up with my receivers and work with them and the team. Um, trying to keep, under about 5 people and, maintain your distance between everybody. And as far as working out, we're fortunate enough to kind of have this workout place in the back of our yard. It's not too much, but usually we go up to the high school and work out with a team and everything like that. But now we're wearing it out. I mean, it's a couple dumbbells and a bench rack and everything like that. But we're wearing it out right now.
Last couple here for me, man. What do you personally want to improve the most before you arrive at West Virginia? What's your one target area or couple, if there are?
Yes, sir. Being kind of like going through my peer progression reads, getting on that second, third read, keep my eyes downfield. Like I said earlier, being a quarterback, you can always get better at something. whether that's on the field, off the field, becoming a better person, whatever that may be. But those are like some things that kind of stand out for me. Footwork, always something to get better at.
And finally, man, anything you want to say to Mountaineer Nation, and what are you most excited about, about having this process in the rear view?
Yes, sir. I'm excited to get up to Morgantown, play for Coach Brown and win a lot of games and sing country roads. That's, I'm fired up for it. So.
Thanks a lot, Will. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day, man, to give us some really insightful stuff on how this all came together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
There he is, the man, Goose. I'm going to start calling him Goose from now on. I wish I would have done that before, but now I'm going to do it from here on out. Thanks for tuning in again. This has been another edition of Musings from the Mountains.